Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we've got a few cards to go over. A few more cards have been revealed for Fractured and Alterac, some pretty spicy stuff at the end of the video. You'll want to stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll see, there's actually quite a bit of freezing stuff going on. I guess it makes sense with the whole Alterac theme, and well, let's get into it. Let's take a look at some of these new cards and again, see if there's anything that's gonna, break the game like Hearthstone loves to do. And first we're gonna start off with a card that I don't think has any chance of breaking the game, and that is a new warrior epic, another warrior frost spell of all things, Frozen Buckler. It's a 2-mana epic spell. You gain 10 armor for 2 mana, but at the start of your next turn, lose 5 armor. So 2 mana, gain 10 armor. That's quite a lot. You could kill anything with Shield Slam basically on 3 mana. That's pretty good, right? Like 2 mana, gain 10, Shield Slam for 10. If there was big stuff to kill, if there's ever big stuff in the meta again, please have that happen. But yeah, I guess the upside of this card, so in theory, if you're looking at it, it's 2 mana, gain 5, right? Like 10 short-term, 5 10 short-term, 5 long-term. However, let's say your opponent has a large board of minions, like 10 attack worth of minions. You play Frozen Buckler, they attack and take your armor off, and then you lose 5 armor. There's no armor to be lost, right? So it can be just gain 10 armor. If your opponent damages you and takes your armor off, or in Wild, if you have like Reckless Flurry, which destroys your armor and use that to clear the board. However, Odd Warrior can't use this, so that's basically the only archetype that's ever used that card. But outside of that, and like outside of like the immediate impact of playing a Frozen Buckler, playing a Shield Slam right away, I just don't know. You do have like the Silas Ashtongue thing going on, the in standard, kind of, not really, hasn't been a thing at all. It's too slow, and this doesn't probably really make that work. We'll have to see what like the Warrior Hero card entails and all that stuff. Maybe this card will make more sense for an epic, because traditionally cards that just gain armor are bad. It's been very rare that a card that just gains armor is good. There was like Ironhide, which was 1 mana, gain 5, saw very little play. The whole Boomsday scheme was just terrible. It's like 4 mana, gain 1, it would upgrade. Even like you have a tradable card, the 3 mana, gain 8 armor. It's mainly good because it has tradable. You just draw, it's basically 1 mana, draw 1 most of the time, and you'll gain armor if you really, really need it, right? So I don't see this being a very good card or playable at all in Standard or Wild. I'm actually going to give it a 1. I think it's just not good at all, unless there's something that makes more sense of it later. But as it stands, just gaining armor and 2 mana, gain 5, on average, it's going to be 2 mana, gain 5 is just not very good. We have another epic. This time it's a neutral epic, and again we're going with the freestyle theme, and it's a pretty cool card. I apologize. It's Popsicooler, 3 mana, 3/3 mech, death rattle, freeze 2 random enemy minions. If this said Battlecry, be a really good card. However, it says death rattle, which makes this rather awkward, clunky, not premium stats. Considering today's cards, I'm surprised it's not a 3/4, but maybe back in the day when you play Dr. Boom Mad Genius, or the hero card for Warrior, and this would have Rush, that could be pretty powerful. I mean, you could slap a Zilliax on this in Wild and do some kind of cool stuff, but I don't know, just freezing 2 random enemy minions, are you ever really playing this in your deck? It could be annoying, but just not worth it. Doesn't even have synergy in like the free shaman thing, right? Like that legendary, you need to play frost spells, not freeze things. So I mean, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible card. I just don't know what deck you were ever putting this into. Maybe that freeze warrior deck, right? Like you have the 3 mana, destroy a minion, freeze the board. Maybe you're really going to go all in on the freeze stuff. Maybe the warrior hero card is going to have freeze synergies. Maybe it'll make sense of this card, some of the free stuff going on, but as it stands, this just feels like, I don't know, an arena card, but it feels weird. It's got the epic tag on it. It feels like for a card with the epic tag to be just not really worth the epic tag, if I'm going to be completely honest. Cool looking card, cool art, I guess. Is it like an NFT? Oh no. I'm gonna have to right click and save this for later. Anyways, Popsicooler overall, I'm gonna give it a 2 in standard, a 1 in wild. I don't know why you're ever playing this, to be honest with you. But maybe it'll make some more sense as we see some more cards down the road. We also have another epic, a lot of epics today. A lot of epics. Sacrificial Summoner, Warlock epic, no tribe on it. It's another 3-mana 3/3. However, it has a battle cry of a destroy a friendly minion, summon a minion from your deck that costs 1 more. So this is like a weird kind of cubish type of card, right? Carnivorous Cube would destroy a minion, summon 2 copies of it. This destroys a minion on the board, and then you cheat a minion out of your deck. So really interesting. It's like, oh, like you feel like, oh, I would want to play this with something cheap, right? You want something cheap, but then you don't really cheat out a good minion from your deck. You want probably something better. You probably want to cheat, like kill a 5-drop and get a 6-drop, or kill a 7-drop and get an 8-drop. This is particularly slow in my opinion. I'm trying to think of strategies that would work in Warlock for this that make sense in standard. And well, you have the Demon Seed, which is still like absolutely meta dominating, which we're going to talk about in a future video, by the way. It's like 3 of the top 4 decks in standard are the Demon Seed after 7 nerfs. And what is Sacrificial Summoner really going to do in the standard metagame? Like, it's only, for me, going to be worth it if you're destroying something that's like, what, 4, probably 5 mana, 4 or 5 mana. That's when you start getting into like bigger death rattles, taunt minions, cards like that. As it stands, though, I don't know what you're doing with it in standard. I don't think it will make the cut as it stands. It's got a powerful effect, very potentially powerful effect. It's just you're not going to play those strategies in standard. It's just not going to happen. Not with a Demon Seed being what it is, because it's just absurd. I'm going to give it a 2 in standard for now, unless there's some more like insane synergy shown. But in wild, there's a lot more implications because the whole Cubelock stuff. You already have a lot of, you could kill a 3-drop and your only 4-drop is Voidcaller. You can do a lot of Cubelock shenanigans. There's a lot of really good death rattle stuff in Warlock in wild, and well, the Demon Seed's not in wild, so you can kind of play those strategies. Of course, you have Pain Lock, you have Even Lock and all that stuff, and that doesn't really fit into those. But maybe Cubelock can utilize this in conjunction with like the new hero card that gives them a good board clear and some health gain and all of that. I think this card has more potential in wild than it does in standard. Will it see meta play? Probably not, but there's more of a chance. I'm still not willing to give it a 3 in wild, but I'll give it a 2, saying it's kind of got some fringe potential, maybe down the road. But as it stands, I just don't see this as a really meta-defining card in either standard or wild. And lastly, we've saved the best for last. Bruchan of the Elements, the Shaman hero card, 8 mana, like Hagatha back in the day. Battlecry, call upon the power of 2 elements. I'll show this whole graphic that Ben Hearthstone put out. By the way, Ben Hearthstone got the reveal. Shout out to him, one of the best Twitter content creators out there. You should follow him. Anyways, when you play Bruchan, his Battlecry you choose 2 out of his 4 hero power options to activate the effect immediately. Then your hero power becomes one of the 2 other remaining options. So it's like a revolving, it's almost kind of like Boom's hero power, except you can kind of calculate it. In the Battlecry, after you pick the first option, that option is excluded from the second choice. The hero power will rotate every turn. Even if you don't press it, the rotation of the hero power is random, similar to Dr. Boom hero power. So you can manipulate it at least at the beginning. And you can see that you have the different, basically the elements. You have deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. So a consecration effectively that can't go face. Summon 2/3 elemental taunts with taunts. So Feral Rage, right? Feral Rage for 2 mana, no overload. You have deal 6 damage to the enemy hero, so it's just straight up fireball. That's a lot of damage. And restore 6 health to all friendly characters. So you have damage, you have healing, you've got protection, and you have board clear. This is like a defensive juggernaut of a card here. And I feel like it's going to be a very swingy, frustrating card to kind of figure out, like 2 mana deal 6 to the face is great, but in a certain spot it might be bad. And I mean, this is a powerful card. This is definitely a late game card. And Demon Seed, oh my god, I gotta stop bringing it up. But anyways, When you play it though, it doesn't have a huge impact, right? Like the best you can hope for if you're playing it defensively is like what, deal 2 AoE and then get some taunts, I guess, or get some health. I mean, it's not terrible, but for 8 mana, the immediate impact isn't amazing. But as you build along the game, the value gets really good. I don't know if this really makes sense when you have Quest Shaman, which can do way more insane stuff than this, but maybe just throw it in there. I don't know. I don't know what it fits into, but it's a very powerful card. It's a cool card. I'm definitely gonna be crafting a golden bomb. I'm gonna craft all the hero cards golden. You'll be able to watch me be a disgusting pig. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4 in standard, a 3 in wild, because you know in wild you have Shutterwalk and all sorts of other stuff. You can have 0 mana hero powers and all that. It's just a good card, but it doesn't really make me go crazy or anything like that. And again, another hero card that's not really infinite value. You can't discover anything. It's all kind of predetermined. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So that's all the cards so far. Make sure to tune in tomorrow morning. We'll have a few more cards to go over, and then I believe the weekend breaks will start. We'll talk about what we'll do over the weekend. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.